Hey guys, Basement Breakdown here. I am back with UFC 320 predictions. It's been a good week. Dana White's Contender Series went well. Went 4 for 5 on picks for that. Got the main event right. What I've seen from Damian, and the reason I'm going to take him, is because he seemingly has gotten better in each fight. He's pretty nasty from what I've seen. So I'm going to take him by knockout over Vitor Costa. Give me that in the first round. All right, guys. Got the round and method of victory right, which was nice. Made some money. I mentioned before, Ulberg versus Reyes, 8 for 12. Parlay of the night hit. My parlay of the Dana White's Contender Series also hit. So I've been doing well with that. We're looking to keep it going, guys, with the UFC 320. Let's go. All right, this is a sick card. I'm a little tired. I'm not joined by Harrison, but with us in spirit, let's get it. All right, Veronica Hardy goes up against Brogan Walker. I'm going to go with Veronica Hardy. She's a heavy favorite. I think minus like 800 or something ridiculous. But yeah, I think that Veronica Hardy is better all around. Her last fight was against Eduarda Moura, who's pretty good. You know, Eduarda Moura is definitely a top 10 women's flyweight. Before that, she was on a 3-fight win streak. J.J. Aldrich, Jamie Lynn Horth, and Juliana Miller. Yeah, I think Brogan Walker, I mean, she's pretty shit. Lost to Lasmin Lucindo and Juliana Miller. Not a lot of activity from her. Her last fight was in 2023. I expect her to get steamrolled. Probably 30-27, but I'm going to go with a 29-28 decision. Veronica Hardy's definitely going to win this fight. Start off the card. Let's go. Austin Vanderford goes up against Ramiz Brimage. Vanderford won his UFC debut by ground and pound in the second round. He's also married with Paige Van Zandt. Oh, Paige Van Zandt, great UFC fighter and, slapbox queen.
Oh, she pulls the back.
She does OnlyFans and I think slaps people in the face for money. Gotta respect the hustle. Brimage's last time out, he fought Billy Ray Goff. Short notice. Billy Ray Goff wasn't really preparing for a guy like Brimage, heavy, good on the ground. Ended up subbing Billy Ray Goff, just, got to him. Got to his back eventually. Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I think he's on a 2-fight win streak. I think before that he beat Mickey Gall. So it's kind of it's a funny 2-fight win streak. What else do I have to say about Brimage? But he's not bad. He's not bad. He's definitely looking to take you down. Austin Vanderford beat Nikolai Feretnikov last time out, who I think is also fighting on this card. Yeah. Vanderford is going to be the slight favorite. This is in the welterweight division. I am going to go with Austin Vanderford by second round TKO. I think it'll be an interesting fight. I think Ramiz will be looking to take down Austin Vanderford. Hopefully Austin gets it done. Let's go. Former foe of Vanderford, who's somehow above him on the card. Nikolai Veretnikov versus Punal Serrano. I'm going with Serrano. I feel like he was supposed to be a prospect at some point. Veretnikov is winning, he came off of a split decision win against Francisco Prado. I think I bet on Prado that fight. It was tough. He lost to Austin Vanderford, obviously, as previously mentioned. He's lost to Danny Barlow. I think he'll lose to Soriano. I just feel like Soriano is a better fighter. I think he'll be able to keep the distance and probably win a decision over Veretnikov. Veretnikov is able to move around the octagon pretty well. But I think, like, you know, he's just going to do what he does best and, like, be sort of inactive. Like, he could get knocked out, but I think I'll go with a 29-28 decision. Soriano. We move up the card. Patchy Mix returns to the octagon after fighting Mario Bautista, who is going to fight Umar Nurmagomedov. I think I put too many M's there. But, yeah, Patchy Mix was, like, you know, fighting a guy who's one fight away from a title. Now he's fighting some dude from, like, KSW, Jacob Wilkhaus. He's not bad, like, at all. He's 16-3 from Poland. I do think Patchy Mix is probably going to be able to piece. I think he'll be able to get the TKO in the second round. I mean, people forget Patchy Mix has wins against, like, Magomed back in his previous federation, who, like, you know, gave Rob tough fights. Like, I think that Patchy Mix will be better than this dude. I've looked at a couple of his fights. Like, he's not bad, but I think Patchy Mix, you know, he got more active in the third round against Mario Bautista. Mario Bautista is on, like, a 9-fight win streak or whatever he's on, and he's been in there with some of the best dudes. So, like, it's his first fight in the UFC. I feel like he'll be able to TKO Wilkats in the second round. Let's move up the card. Macy Chiasson goes up against Yana Santos. And I'm going to go with Macy Chiasson. She disappointed me her last time out against Caitlin Vieira, who I believe was moving up a weight class. She got outstruck pretty bad. Before that, she beat Mayra Bona Silva, Penny Kinzad. Like, I do like Macy Chiasson. I think she's pretty good all around, and she's usually got the height advantage on her opponent. Yeah, they are bantamweight women's fighters. Macy Chiasson being ranked number 6, and Yana Santos being number 8. Yeah, her last time out, she fought Misha Tate, and then, like, I believe Misha Tate was coming back off of a layoff. So, yeah. And then Chelsea Chandler. I mean, this screams like a Macy Chiasson decision to me. She'll probably drop one of the rounds, like the first, and then, like, pick it up in the second or third. Yeah, I feel like she'll drop one of the rounds, so I'll go with, like, a 29-28 decision for Macy Chiasson. That's how I feel that'll go. All right, we move up to the prelims. That is the early prelims. Daniel Santos goes against Ju Sang Yu. I believe this is the Korean Mike Tyson. I think this is going to be a tough fight. Shit. Ju Sang Yu had a pretty impressive debut in the UFC against Jeka Sargi. Fucking first 30 seconds. Like, Daniel Santos is also, like, a good fighter. What can I really say? Like, this is why I'm a little worried for this fight, I guess. He's supposed to fight Doo-Ho Choi. And now he's fighting Jo Young Lee. It's a little short notice. He has fought Young Lee before, which was his last win, 2025. Won a unanimous decision. That was UFC 315. Supposed to fight Doo-Ho Choi. Now he's fighting Ju Sang Yu. Yeah, I think Daniel Santos is going to get knocked out. Yeah, I think Ju Sang Yu is going to get it done in the first round. I think it's interesting, though. Perhaps there's some money on Daniel Santos. I think the Korean Mike Tyson's going to get it done. Yeah. UFC, Korean fan base. This guy's got some nasty knockouts. I'd like to see him do it again. All right. Chris Gutierrez, Farid Basharat. I don't really see Chris Gutierrez winning a decision here, which is sometimes a nice little thing to sprinkle money on. He's pretty good at that. 29-28, Chris Gutierrez. Not this time. I think Farid Basharat will be the decisionator. I think he'll be able to beat Chris Gutierrez, who's pretty tough. Yeah, I kind of see it either being like a 29-28, maybe even a 30-27. yeah, I think Basharat's overall a much better fighter than Chris Gutierrez. Like, he could get him out of there. But, yeah, I'll go with a 29-28 or a 30-27 for Fareed Basharat. I think it'll go to a decision. We move up the card. Andre Muniz. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that Paul Craig's last win in the UFC? Anyways, first we're going to talk about Edmen Shahbazyan, who went up against Andre Petrovsky last time out. Then before that, he beat Dylan Butka. He lost to Gerald Meerschaert. Like the second round, I think that fight won like comeback of the year, is beating the shit out of Gerald Meerschaert. But yeah, he goes up against Andre Muniz. This is the middleweight division. Muniz lost to Ikram last time out. Then before that, he beat Jun Young Park. Before that, he lost to Paul Craig, and then lost to Brendan Allen. I mean, Ikram isn't bad, but I mean, Edmen Shahbazyan, I think he'll probably have what it takes to beat Andre Muniz. I think he'll probably TKO him, actually. I'm going to go with a second round TKO. Edmen Shahbazyan getting Andre Muniz out of there. I'm going to go first round, actually. I can see it in the first round. Yeah, we're going to go that. Edmen Shahbazyan gets his win streak to 3. We move up. All right, Ateba Gutierrez was supposed to fight Ozzy Diaz. Now he's fighting Tristan Vines. This is probably like a minus like $1 billion. No, it's like minus like 1,200 or something ridiculous. Like, there's no money on this fight. The only money to like I'm gonna throw a little bit like on a round 1 knockout Ateba Gutierrez over Tristan Vines. Like, imagine it just becomes a war for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I think Gutierrez will be able to finish Tristan Vines. From what I've seen from him, they're just yeah, I feel bad a little bit for Vines. Yeah, Gutierrez, first round knockout. Joe Pfeiffer goes up against Abus Magomedov. This is the beginning of the main card, guys. Joe Pfeiffer's last time out, he beat Kelvin Gastelum, knocked him down a couple times. Kelvin Gastelum has a granite chin, so there's that. Pfeiffer suffered his first loss against Jack Hermanson. He won the first 2 rounds and then dropped the rest of the fight. Inexperience, whatever you want to call it. Joe Pfeiffer is pretty dynamic, I feel as if. Abus Magomedov, he's lost to Kai Baralho, Sean Strickland, his first time in the like. These are good guys, and then he beats Warley Alves, who I don't think is in the UFC anymore. Bruno Ferreira, he arm triangle chokes in the 3rd round in a fight he was arguably losing, and Bruno Ferreira could have gotten him out of there if he did. I don't know if his fight IQ was a little better. He had him hurt at a lot of periods of time. I'm a little tired, guys. He had him hurt. Bruno Ferreira had Abus hurt. But yeah, Michel Pereira has been looking like shit recently. Abus Magomedov has been part of that losing streak for Michel Pereira, and that's his most recent bout. I don't know. I think Joe Pfeiffer's fight with Kelvin Gastelum was a little bit better. Before that, I'll mark Andre Beirut after Jack Hermanson. This is tough. This is a tough fight. Boost is going to look to take Joe Pfeiffer down. I think Joe Pfeiffer has good power. He is good on the ground. He's very, this is a 3-round fight. I trust him to get it done. And I trust him to get it done by TKO. We're going to go we'll go with a 2nd round TKO. Joe Pfeiffer over Abus Magomedov. I think he's going to drop him. All right, we move up. Josh Emmett goes up against Youssef Zalal. Yeah, Josh Emmett, man. His last time out, did he fight Lerone Murphy? Was that it? Yeah. and then he KO'd Bryce Mitchell fucking very badly. Before that, he fought Ilya Topuria. Somehow he survived 5 rounds. Youssef Zalal, yeah, he's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight win streak. And that's just in the UFC. 4 fight win streak. After Josh Emmett, I think it'll be 5. But yeah, Calvin Kattar, Jack Shore, Jarner Aarons, Billy Quarantillo. Those are the guys he's beaten in the UFC. Josh Emmett could KO Youssef Zalal. It's possible, but Youssef Zalal has a style where he like moves around a lot. Like he's not gonna be there, I don't think. I think he'll be able to outpoint Josh Emmett. Like I don't think he's also got some, he's got some hands. Like I think he's just gonna be too smart. And I think he'll beat Josh Emmett by decision. Again, like maybe Josh Emmett could catch him, but I think he'll just be too smart, move around, outpoint Josh Emmett, hurt him with the kicks, straight. Yeah, he's going to be too dynamic for Mr. Josh Emmett, similar to the way that Lerone Murphy was, but I don't rate Youssef Zalal as highly, but he'll definitely be able to beat Josh Emmett, I think. I'm going with a lot of the favorites, so I am obviously going to be doing a lot of props with my bets, but yeah. Still money to be made. There just doesn't happen to be a lot of underdogs that I like. I think Jiří Procházka is slightly favorited above Khalil Rountree, so, I'm going to go with a Jiří Procházka TKO of Khalil Rountree. Jiří, man. Super exciting. Coming off that win, that TKO win against Jamal Hill, beat up Jamal the first round, dropped the second round, was outstruck, and then rallied in the third. His opponent, Khalil Rountree's most recent fight, is against also Jamal Hill, but he fought him in Baku for 5 rounds. Khalil dropped Jamal like 3 or 4 times, and won a unanimous decision over Jamal Hill. Jiří was able to get him out of there. Now, Khalil Rountree has had successful rounds against the former champion at 205 and Alex Pereira. Was able to take the first 2 rounds off of the champ. And we all know what happened in the third. And then the fourth, unfortunately. Khalil Rountree is very good, and I think this is going to be a tough fight. But Chris Daukaus, Anthony Smith, Dustin Jacoby in a fight that I think Dustin Jacoby won. He's beat Modestas Bukauskas back in 2021. Carl Robertson. Strength of schedule is definitely in Jiří Procházka's favor. He's fought nothing but the best. Now, what happened with him and Alex Pereira was not good last time they fought, but into consideration that was a very late notice fight. In their first fight before getting knocked out, Jiří had success in the first round. This is true, but he's looking to get back into the title picture, and I don't think Alex Pereira. We're going to talk about that later. Save that for later. I think Jiří Procházka is going to be able to TKO Khalil Rountree in the third round. Khalil's strength of schedule, it's just I have to go with Jiří now. Jiří holds his head out a lot. He has a crazy style. But I don't know. He can take some adversity. I've heard Khalil say in his media day that, he isn't looking for a war. I know that Jiří is, so that can either work to Jiří's advantage or, work to Khalil's advantage, but I just don't see it for Khalil, man. Jiří's been he's been there. Rakic was beating the shit out of Jiří's legs. He was able to get the TKO stoppage. Glover Teixeira arguably would have won that decision in my eyes if he hadn't been subbed by Jiří. knocked out Dominic Reyes. And then, Dominic Reyes hurt Jiří bad in that fight too. Like, beat Volkan Ozdemir. Like, strength of schedule, I do rate Jiří a lot. I think he'll be able to get it done over Khalil. Khalil has power. He's smart, less erratic. But I think Jiří's going to be able to catch him, man. Like, Jiří's got, he's got the heart of a samurai. I think this will put him back in the title picture. I think Ulberg should get a title shot first before Jiří, just because Ulberg's just had so many wins. Yeah. I think Jiří's going to get it done. 3rd round TKO. I think there's some money in that. Yeah, let's go. Next, we have the championship bout in the bantamweight division. Merab Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen. Yeah, I'm putting Merab as one of my locks for the night. Who's my other lock for the night? I think Gutierrez is obviously my other lock. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Merab's gonna beat Corey Sandhagen by decision. He could get it done, but Corey's tough, man. I think Corey's a better all-around fighter than Sean O'Malley, who Merab fought twice. Undeserving the second time out. But, Merab was able to show that he had gotten better himself by subbing O'Malley, and there was no excuses on O'Malley's part. And his foot wasn't injured. He was completely healthy going into that fight. Yeah, Sandhagen gets this title shot off of Deiveson Figueiredo, where Deiveson Figueiredo gave up his position, knee pop, like ankle pop, whatever it is. I think his knee popped. Not Corey's fault, that's the game. Before that, he lost to Umar Nurmagomedov by unanimous decision, which was a good fight to reference. He beat Rob Font by unanimous decision. I think he injured himself in that fight, which is why he came back a while later to fight Umar. So it was a bit boring, but he had to, just kind of hold Rob Font down on the ground. Beat Marlon Vera by split decision. He's fought Song Yadong, Peter Yan, TJ Dillashaw after TJ came back. That's a fun fight. And lost a split decision. I don't know about that one. But yeah. He's fought the who's who of the UFC his entire career. Like, he has such a good strength of schedule, unlike Sean O'Malley, who I know has wins against Pereira. But does he really? Yeah. Merab's just insane. Like, last time out, Sean O'Malley. For that, Umar Nurmagomedov dropped the first 2 rounds to Umar. Then he proceeded to win the last 3. Corey has good scrambles. Like, he has good jiu-jitsu, good takedown defense. He's a much more complete fighter than Sean O'Malley, which is why I'll grant Corey, I think it'll go to a decision. I think Corey can, pick off a round, maybe 2, from Merab, maybe 2. I don't think so. I think it'll be more like 4-1, but we'll say 3-2. I'll just do wishful thinking, and I hope it's just a banger of a fight where 2 rounds, Corey hurts Merab. But yeah, I think Merab will be able to win the unanimous decision against Corey. Corey will do what he does. He'll show that he's very dynamic. His striking, his movement, yeah, he's a very good all-around fighter, which is why I think it'll go to a decision. Sorry, Corey, but Merab, it's just, you can't really do much against him, and it's his time to reign. This brings us to the main event in the UFC light heavyweight division, the rematch. So I previously took Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira when I know other people didn't.
But yeah, shit. Here's the thing. With this, I like to do a little bit of MMA math, because Alex Pereira got taken down by Jan Blachowicz. I am a believer that Jan may have won that fight. I don't think it's necessarily a robbery or like a really bad decision, but I think you could have given that to Jan. And he threatened a couple submissions at a point, and it's like, if Jan was taken down by Magomed Ankalaev, and Israel Adesanya was taken down by Blachowicz, and Alex Pereira was taken down by Izzy and Jan Blachowicz, I don't know what Magomed's going to be able to do to him. And because of that, I think I'm going to lean towards more Magomed Ankalaev. Now, this is a prediction where I kind of like to be.
Said unanimous decision. That's what happened last time. This time I'm taking him by TKO over Pereira. Yeah, Pereira hasn't fought since their last fight. They've had a lot of back and forth. Pereira has said a lot of things that kind of worry me. One being that, he's going to be a lot less active after this. I don't know, just some of the demeanor that he's had. I feel like before, when he wasn't saying much, he's like, Adesanya, and he's like, huh? And now he's like, tweeting, and he's like getting on interviews, and he's been saying a lot of stuff. Like, I feel like it's a different Pereira now. Not to say that he's like, not capable of great things, or that he can't win this fight, because anything's possible. Like, he had a lot of success in that first fight, but I don't know. Magomed Ankalaev looks good. I don't know really what I can say. I think Magomed Ankalaev will learn from that first fight. Like, yeah, Pereira on the back foot a lot, which is not something we're used to seeing from Alex Pereira, which just didn't change the entire fight. Pereira's takedown defense was very good that fight. I think Ankalaev is going to be able to get him down this fight. I think it's going to look a lot different and more dominant for Magomed Ankalaev. Pereira's success could come with low kicks. I just think he's going to be less motivated after losing the title. He's done so many great things already. He is a little bit older than Magomed Ankalaev. Like, I don't know what I think he loses this fight for sure. And I think he's going to get TKO'd sometime in the second or third. To make a more specific, I'm going to go with a third round TKO. Magomed Ankalaev over Alex Pereira. Yeah, I think Chama's sort of over. Not that he still can't, win fights in the UFC. I think you can match him up against some guys after this. There are definitely some matchups for him, but I don't think he's going to be able to beat Magomed Ankalaev. Yeah. Yep, and then we're going to probably have to see Magomed Ankalaev fight Carlos Ulberg. And, a lot of these, we got two guys here, Magomed Ankalaev and Merab, who I don't know who's really going to beat them. If Yuri wins his fight against Khalil Roundtree and they give him a title shot, I don't think Yuri off the bat beats Magomed Ankalaev. Yuri thrives in chaos, and Magomed Ankalaev is good at, managing, chaotic situations. He's very, 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 he's very dynamic, but his striking's very good. He's very calculated, good fundamentals, keeps his hands up. I don't know. It's going to be tough for anybody to beat Magomed Ankalaev. I think both of these guys have expressed willingness to go up. I don't know what that means. But, I don't know. Magomed Ankalaev versus Tom Aspinall. I don't really know what Magomed Ankalaev walks around at, but he has put together an insane win streak. He only has one loss against Paul Craig. I don't know. Maybe that happens along the line. Magomed Ankalaev versus Tom Aspinall. Because there's not much for Tom Aspinall after he kicks Cyril Gane's ass. What else do we have? I guess last but not least, we can talk a little bit about a couple fight announcements. UFC Qatar, Bilal Muhammad versus Ian. Ian Gary really will take on anyone, anytime. I thought we might get Bilal Muhammad versus Kamaru. We have JDM versus Islam, so I'm not really sure what Sean Brady's going to be doing during all this. Probably just waiting around. And we have Leon Edwards fighting. Yeah, Muhammad goes up against Gary. It's a good fight. I am excited for it. And then we have Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. That came out of left field. Arman Tsarukyan looks retarded looking at you straight on. But, I mean, yeah, no, it just looks a little interesting. Yeah, I think that this is a weird fight. Arman Tsarukyan hasn't fought in like 17 months in Charles Oliveira. He obviously has wins against Beneil Dariush, Charles Oliveira. He has a very close fight with Islam Makhachev very early in his career that he himself took on short notice. But he hurt his back before his title shot. He's got to take on Dan Hooker, whose most recent win comes against freaking Mateusz Gamrot. Like, he's had a lot of issues, Hooker, with his arm. Yeah, he's an absolute savage, but, you know, he's had to get surgery on his... Yeah, he's had to get a lot of surgery, taking a lot of time to recover, so he's coming back against Arman Tsarukyan, who I guess won't be fighting for the title. I think this means that it's either Paddy versus Gaethje, and Ilya just chills for a bit, or I think more likely it's Paddy versus Ilya. I think that's just what we're gonna get. I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, early thoughts. Tsarukyan probably will beat Dan Hooker. I don't want him to, so, you know, although I'll root for Dan Hooker, probably won't bet on him, but, you know, I'll definitely root for him. His takedown defense looked pretty good against Mateusz Gamrot. It was a split decision. I thought he won. Tough fight. Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Gary. Oof. Like, I kind of want to take Ian Gary. I mean, Bilal Muhammad last time out, he was getting... I feel like Ian Gary might be able to outstrike him and outpoint him. Like, I don't think Ian Gary, again, will finish him or anything, but I think he can... We'll see. I might change my mind on that. Anyways, my parlay of the evening will be... We will go... Veronica Hardy, parlayed with Macy Chiasson. So 2 chicks are going to be on this. We'll go, this is a 4-legger. Then we'll go with Shahbazyan. And then that'll be with Magomed Ankalaev. So Hardy, Chiasson, Shahbazyan, and Ankalaev all together. I'm going to throw like $30 on that. And do we have anything else? I think, yeah, we said everything else as far as what we think for bets. So good luck to you all. This should be an awesome card. And we'll be back the week after with more picks. I'm excited to get more active. Let's go. Basement Breakdown out.